Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Brian Lucas, and this is the first in a series of Breakfasts with Brian. The idea for this came from my son, Nick, who is a great encourager of people in their businesses and wants to see them succeed. And we were talking about what maybe I could do to contribute towards this stage of my life. And he was saying, well, why don't you make a few short videos? Don't have to be long. And call it Breakfast with Brian. So there's where the idea came from. So hopefully there will be some further editions of this. It won't be every day, but every now and again there will be a Breakfast with Brian. And I hope you find some benefit. At breakfast, I usually have done for many, many years. While I eat, I read the scriptures, maybe only a verse or two, but I always find that as I'm digesting my bodily food, digesting spiritual food, works also as well. It nourishes and it builds up. And often my wife is in on this with me, so occasionally she might join me on Breakfast with Brian. You'll find that the first few sessions particularly will be fairly candid, I suppose, because there is a lot to learn about videoing technique and also editing. So I hope you find the little glitches funny. Have a good laugh. Because life's about enjoyment as well as about serious considerations. So I think that's a good enough introduction. This morning I'll just leave you with this thought. My practice has been to read through the New Testament, particularly starting in one of the Gospels and then reading through the rest of the New Testament. And currently I've just finished Hebrews and I'm going into James. And I just started reading James, always to me a very encouraging book. And I'm reading in chapter 1. If any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. Wonderful, wonderful. So Lord, please give me wisdom. Okay, what happens now? Nothing tangible falls into my hand. It's not like I go into the store and say, please give me a pound of butter, and I get a pound of butter in my hand. How do I know that I've got the wisdom that I need for the difficult situation? And this is the crux of it, because he goes on to say, but when he asks, he must believe and not doubt. How's that? That's a double whammy. Believe, all right? Yes, and not doubt. No room for doubting at all. Because he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That man should not think he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. So I ask, okay, and I go away and I think, now I'm facing this situation. Have I got the wisdom? Yes, I have, because I've asked, and it says that God will give it to me liberally, and I must not doubt. So I will go into it a bit shaky, perhaps, on the inside, but trusting that my God will give me wisdom. And then I go through the situation, do or say what I've got to say, and trust all the time at the end of it. Trust that God has enabled me, has spoken through me, has done what he said he would do. and thank him for it. I might have thought, looking back, as if I'd blown it, as I've had stupid things, as if I'd said things which are completely inadequate and unapplicable to the situation. And yet I've asked for wisdom. And let a man not doubt, believe and not doubt. And so then I must continue to believe that that was just so, and thank God for it. So, in your daily situations that you face, and we're all facing a multitude of situations where we're out of depth, and ask God for wisdom. Ask him. Ask him. And then believe and see what happens. As a last stop, you could say, well, it's not going to do me any harm to ask God for wisdom. It's not going to do me any harm to believe. I've got to go through this situation and I need all the resources I can. So why not ask God? Try it. And believe and not doubt. And then look back later and say, that's amazing what happened. I never dreamt it possible because God was with me. God bless you this morning. Hope that's an encouragement for you.